Good evening, all you cowpokes out there, and welcome to another live watch party on Genome's channel. I'm speaking in third person for no good reason other than some slight confusion because of age and busyness. Yeah, I got the gong already. I sound like that. So welcome, everybody. Tonight we're going to be watching the 1964 classic, A Fistful of Dollars. You can almost taste the pasta sauce on this one. And I have assembled with me a great team of fans to help me watch this. Of course, we got Jay, my cohort from Friday Night Hangouts. Some of you might recall seeing this face down here on the bottom left. We know him as Bill, otherwise known as Comic Mad Musings. And of course, new to the stream tonight, we have a special guest star, Epicurean I Relief, aka Alex. How's everyone doing this fine evening?
Not too bad.
Swimmingly.
Doing great. Doing great.
Yeah, so we all kind of came together with our love for some of the Leone classics and just Eastwood movies in general, really. He's kind of an American icon, and it's just going to be great to see everyone's take on things. I'm going to be posting a link to DLive so you can watch the movie along with us. Can you pause on DLive, Jay?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you might want to pause it. I'll let you know when we hit the play button, so we'll all be pretty much synchronized, but don't sweat it too much.
I mean, I'll start streaming right now, and then when it's ready, I'll just hit the play button.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Kaz, what's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. Another fellow YouTuber there and collector of antiquities. All right. Yeah. So we're going to be talking. This was the first, right, in the Leone trio or trilogy, should I say?
Yep.
And this is basically Yojimbo with Spurs.
Yes.
As it might be colloquially known, but yeah. So classic sweeping dusty vistas and all kinds of manly goodness in this movie. Something that's sorely lacking in today's cinema. So yeah, we're gonna get into this in just a few more minutes. We'll let a few more people wander in, and then I will post a link. So thoughts on the trilogy itself, or just Eastwood westerns in general, guys? Let's hear some thoughts.
Really cool series.
I mean, if you've been on this channel before, you already know my history with it. This is the first movie I've ever seen with my dad when I was like 3 years old. I seen the whole like Leone trilogy, Fistful of Dollars, Few Dollars More, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. So yeah, this brings back a lot of memories and a special place in my heart. Yep. So
great movie, right? Great trilogy. The Man with No Name really catapulted Eastwood to stardom after this. I think most of this was shot in Spain, right?
Yep.
64, I think it came out in Europe. Like 67, it was released later in the US. And clearly a lot of theaters didn't want to take it on because they were worried about lawsuits for Yojimbo, which did ultimately happen.
Thank you, Toho Studios. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But a lot of critical panning when it first came out, but especially in Italy and in some parts of Europe, but a little bit warmer reception here. And over time, that reception has become increasingly positive to the point where this is like one of the highest rated Westerns out there. And an endearing role that he played for 3 different films and really kind of segued into becoming a Western star and reintroducing the Western to the country after it had faded for about 20 to 25 years.
Is this The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly? No, this is the movie prior to The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. So 2
movies prior.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll be posting a link to DLive so you can watch along with us. In just a moment here, we're gonna let a few more people straggle in, then we'll go ahead and get started. Yeah, Jackson, see my Yojimbo review from a few months ago, but I might mention it a little bit. But yeah, that's an interesting little tidbit there. Return of Yojimbo, huh? That's like a tongue-in-cheek kind of movie poster, isn't it?
I think they refer to this as the unofficial remake, right, of Yojimbo.
I think that's probably fair.
Yeah.
If they don't, they should.
One thing, you know what? I just recently started watching all the Kurosawa films. Yojimbo and Segura and everything. but I didn't realize the similarities are uncanny between the two, like Eastwood's films, spaghetti westerns, and those. And I'm sure it drew a lot of inspiration. Obviously, they got, you were just mentioning the lawsuit with Toho Productions. But what I really liked about this was that they incorporated a lot of the philosophies indigenous to Japan within these films. And one of the most obvious ones, I know some of you have had to have heard of Sun Tzu, right?
Mm-hmm. I think he was a general of some renown, correct?
Yeah, but a lot of those, what I really liked was that they have like these incredibly insightful philosophical observations, and they implement that in these films really well. So you have like, I'll wait till we like kind of go through there. Do you want to we're gonna do like commentary as we go through, or
yeah, just kind of running commentary and things that grip us, things we like, scenes that we dig on. It's just four guys sitting in a living room that are thousands of miles apart, kind of rapping on a movie. But it was the trilogy was really good, and it gave the Western genre a real shot in the arm because it had been so long. They've been, the white hats versus the bad guys. Basically, it was always so cut and dry. And this new genre, this new style of Western really almost, I hate to keep using the word deconstructed, but kind of deconstructed the Western, and made it much more ambiguous, who the good and bad guys were. And it just seemed more believable. And, the good guy didn't always come riding into town to clean up the town for the town's good. Maybe he did it for his own good or whatever the case may be. So a lot of shades of gray in these movies. And it's definitely what the Western needed after people were so used to TV Westerns too, which were especially saccharine,
Yeah. Well, no, this was coined the meta Western just because they were had superpowers in these. Well, Clint did.
Perfect shooting and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I like how he shoots ropes in the Good and the Bad and the Ugly. That's pretty impressive. I was never that good a shot, and I was a pretty decent shot. But all right, I think we're gonna go ahead and get started. Let me post a link here. This is gonna be the link once again, so you can watch the movie with us over on DLive.
Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna start the movie. Is that?
Yep. Is everyone else ready to hit the play button?
All right. So I'll do it on 3. 1, 2, 3. And we are good to go.
And we're rolling.
Yep.
Oh, Universal. What graphics? Universal United Arts. We take for granted too the soundtracks of some of these films too, but they're
oh my god, yeah,
so universally known now.
And Ennio Morricone was one of the best composers I think ever. Nice
Irish name there. Was he related to a Marconi?
I don't think so.
It's kind of a Simpsons riff.
I got 2 viewers on DLive, so
score.
Yeah.
The whistle. You kind of know what you're getting in store for, don't you? They have nothing but gunfire sounds and and shooting and galloping right here in the intro.
Hey, we have a new viewer, Soulless Trenchcoat. I don't think I've just seen you before.
Trenchy, what's going on? Trenchy has a YouTube channel of his own, over 1,000 subs. He does things on the horror side of things. Great to see you. Glad you could make it.
Oh,
if you look a few comments above, I posted the DLive link if you want to watch the movie along with us. And we are currently watching, of course, A Fistful of Dollars. Just started, actually. We'll have to have you on these panels one of these days, Trenchies, because I know you do these already.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this is directed by Sergio Leone? I never knew that. Indeed, it's one of the great trilogies of American cinema
all
or
time,
Italian
yeah.
cinema.
Yep.
Never has an Italian filming in Italy captured America so well. So
Somewhat
Filming in
bombed in the
Spain.
time. Yeah.
already a huge panoramic vista here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he loves those wide open shots.
That's difficult modern day. You always got to worry about planes and stuff in there and roads.
Oh, yeah.
I think Good, Bad, and Ugly is an amazing movie, of course, too, Trenchy. I can see why they do it.
Yeah. But
this is the originator, though.
But that's, you know, it's kind of interesting you said that, because like Kurosawa stopped shooting samurai films just because he ran out of like nature scenes. Everything was like citied up in like, you know, modern times.
Yeah, he can't shoot in Kyoto anymore, so.
It's a young shot of Jackson, actually, when he first started his burgeoning acting career. It never took off like he thought it would, but
you mean the guy with you mean the guy that just kicked the kid? That's Jackson.
Yeah, there he is. Just a wee lad he was.
Making that poor kid dance. How could he?
Usually.
You gotta love these close-ups and stuff.
Usually.
Man, Clint looks much younger here, doesn't he?
Yeah, I know. Wow.
He's got a little bit of crow's feet, but he hasn't been squinting.
Not as much.
yet.
You know, that I think that's one of the signs of a really talented actor, when you can like convey a message purely through facial expressions and body language.
Yeah, that's Clint.
It's a skill that's been lost, I tell you. It was really prevalent back in the silent era when most of those people were mime.
Ferrigno struggled with during the Hulk TV series.
I don't know if you could really call him an actor, though, because this is basically Clint in real life.
Yeah, he does seem to kind of walk around like that, doesn't he? Like John Leguizamo, like if you look at all his interviews, he looks exactly the same as the character he plays on movies, you know? The ominous noose.
Mm-hmm.
See, you don't got to say things. And that's why they would screw up today. Like the guy would like comment on it. Oh, where's this noose going for? You know?
Yeah. Yeah, Leone does silence like really well. I gotta say, like, and we mentioned this before about Quentin Tarantino saying The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly was his favorite movie.
Yeah,
but Tarantino couldn't do a film like this because he's all talk. I mean, literally, it's just talk after talk,
dialogue. They go to the bathroom. They're talking in the bathroom still.
Yeah.
Southern Comic Beak, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. We're watching over on D Live right now. I will post another link just in case.
But you know, I think that's what other people miss. Tarantino, I think he provides that kind of interaction and that depth for the character so that it provides a more great impact later on when someone's taken out or whatever it is.
Everyone's a personality. They always said in like Homer's works in the Iliad and all that, every person had a face, every person had a name, even if they were almost a one and done soldier. So a lot of that in Tarantino's flicks is there. He fleshes everybody out. I'll give him that.
Yeah. But it's almost over fleshed out as opposed to like, you know, having just that the scene like talks for itself.
This is essentially the same opening sequence.
Yeah.
Only thing he didn't do was throw a stick in the air at the beginning.
No.
Because he even stops right there for the water, drinking out of the well, just like
Banjuro
does. Yeah.
But The only difference is like they introduced the mom and the kid and the family like right off the bat, as opposed to like Yojimbo, which is kind of like more in the middle.
Squinting Tarantino. I call him Squinting Tarantino. Alex Big Blue, what's going on, baby?
What's up, Alex?
Making the horse dance now.
Mm-hmm.
It's awful.
As long as they don't make fun of his horse, they'll be all right.
A big mistake.
Even got the Craven. I don't know if he's the constable in this, but
Mm-hmm. But they look alike, don't they? I mean, he's pretty much inspired by him anyway.
you think he'd go round up his horse though? He's still running around town, you know.
It's like, yeah, he does a little quick brush off, same way.
Yeah.
No money because Sanjuro didn't have money either when he came in to eat
No.
at the old man's restaurant.
Nope.
And the old man said the same thing. I know you have no money.
But interesting, he's a casino owner as opposed to
Yeah, just a restaurateur.
yeah. Well, he hated gambling, the restaurateur in Yojimbo.
That's true. Those are the bad guys with the gamblers. So
Mhm.
But this kind of speaks to what I was saying before about the philosophies of Japan and the neighboring territories and how they adopted some of that. One of Sun Tzu's quotes was, "If you know your enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles." So it's kind of like implemented here. He knows that he's walking into a situation he doesn't fully understand yet. So he kind of steps back and lets that go at first so that he could come back later and see what's going on.
yeah, he could have let pride take over when the guys were screwing with him at first, right? And he didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bides his time.
That's just cool.
Yeah.
Need to get me a sarape for at least the streams. I was looking for one today. I didn't find one.
Oh, the poncho, you mean?
Yeah.
You go to New Mexico, they're all over the place.
Bill, you're close. Send me one.
I'll send it to you via James.
So Clint brought most of his clothes, guns, and gun belt from Rawhide. That sounds about right, right? I'm sure they were looking to save stuff, and he's probably comfortable wearing it, you know?
Yep. Yep.
That wasn't a bad show.
Had a great intro. Hit him up, move him out. No, it's probably outside of an army base. Oh.
What color do you want? They're everywhere here.
Let's see. Clint is just so badass, mysterious. Yeah, it's once again. Actually, he's speaking quite a bit in this one, as compared to some of the later ones.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have to spout a bunch of dialogue to be intimidating, right?
Yeah.
That's what made Jake the Snake such a great promo guy for wrestlers.
Mhm.
He was real quiet. He was the only guy that wasn't yelling. You know,
Yep. Yep.
it was very effective.
Yeah. Yeah. Clint even had that motion with the chin, just like Sanjuro.
Did he start scratching his neck later? I can't remember if he does.
No, he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't do those. That kind of movements. But he does have his arms hidden, like just Sanjuro.
That's interesting, Jackson. I didn't know that. TV version has a prelude where he's offered this job for pardon by the governor. What color do I want?
Whatever Clint's wearing.
His is like pea green, though. I don't know. But it makes sense. It actually blends with the territory a little bit. The sagebrush. You got something in sagebrush, perhaps? Desert tan? If not turquoise, I guess, to highlight my beautiful eyes. I actually stole one of those off of a restaurant wall. I brought it back the next day. But we were eating in like one of the back rooms, you can run out. It was a Mexican joint, and it had sombreros and stuff and ponchos all over the wall. And one of the girls we were in the party with us says, "Man, that's pretty cool. I'd like to have that." So I went and ripped that thing. I was already half in the bag. I ripped it right off the wall. We walked out of there with it. No questions. But I felt guilty next day. I brought it back. This shot like this gives a real sense of scale to the town. When you see little Clint walking away out of the corner.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, remember those guys that were messing with you before? I bided my time. Now there's a reason to do it, right? He's a professional.
That whole coffin maker or casket maker setup was exactly the same.
Yep.
Since I've been watching Yojimbo so many times, and that was Jay that turned me on to Jimbo, by the way. It'd be fun to watch how close this actually follows.
I played it side by side. It was crazy.
That'd be a fun stream to do one day.
Yeah.
I think it's more unnerving when you're calm and upset about something.
That's ones you got to watch. I mean,
Yeah. Because they're moving with purpose as opposed to the wild guy just like going off.
I think that's why people like Tuco so much in The Good and Bad and the Ugly. He's complete polar opposite, diametric opposite of Clint. He's pure passion, and that's all it is. And he's always twitching and moving around.
Yeah.
He shot the guy in the fence. It's also a scene that was cut when Clint, as a Confederate Army man, crosses the Rio Grande, kicks a Mexican into the water, and takes his poncho. He's always taking stuff. He's either off a dead guy, right? Or in this case, a poor Mexican.
He's a pragmatist.
Yeah, he was.
Kicks a Mexican into the water.
Like right there, when he was saying I'm wrong, 4 coffins. Like he says that in Yojimbo, he almost says the same exact thing.
Yeah, if it was 3 instead of 2. Yep. It was better in Yojimbo though, because the guy wasn't dead yet, but he knew he was going to bleed to death because he just cut his arm off. And that's when he looked back again. He's like, better make it 3.
Oh, we lost Bill?
Yeah, I saw his camera turn sideways, and
he gets so excited he just freaking keeled over. This guy conquistador or something? What's with the armor?
were these actually You said that they were shot in Italy. Were they in
in
Spain as well?
Yeah, they were in Spain, but it was an Italian production crew. So
Okay.
you can wrap your head around that one.
Well, they're all neighboring areas, so
Yeah, I mean, Europe's so funny because you just get on the train and be in another country in a couple hours, you know?
Yeah.
you know it's crazy. I found out that they paid him 15 grand for this role.
Really?
Yeah.
This was like his first major role.
Yeah, 15,000. I was like, what?
Hey, I mean, it kick-started his career. So it wasn't that bad of a deal.
Yeah, at the end of things.
He has to have gotten royalties from this, right?
I would think. I mean, I don't know what the Actors Guild was demanding back then as far as residuals, you know?
Right. And if
Nowadays,
he
he'd be doing
didn't, he more than made up for it in the following movies. So I'm not too worried about him financially. You should be more worried about the innkeeper. You never seen him again. Hey.
Let's see if make sure Bill didn't send me a message or anything.
Spanish, German, Italian production. There were fights over who paid for what.
No messages, so we'll see. Spanish, German, Italian production. There were fights over who paid for what, huh? Yeah. Man, that's interesting. Having three different like competing entities trying to get your movie produced. What a pain.
I'm sure he enjoyed himself in Europe, right?
Oh yeah. 15,000, but you know what? He's probably getting fed and wined and dined everywhere, you know.
Well, that's 15,000 in the 60s. So you know, that's still a lot of money. Like,
what was the job that Jimmy Stewart was going to leave for in His Wonderful Life? Like $9,000 or something like that a year. So
right.
That guy's chaps or something, man. Look at those things. So I took the job to see the sights. I mean, if you think about it, an all-expense trip to Europe or whatever and stay for a couple months, mingle with the locals, that'd be cool. And get paid to do it at the same time. I'd take a cut. Pay cut.
Yeah, just finished 6 seasons of Rawhide? Probably, yeah. He was like, what, 32 years old when he made this? It was really... Huh. Yeah, I'm just leaving.
There's Bill.
Oh.
Welcome back, Bill.
I had to dish the headphones. I just couldn't do it.
Okay.
He's too spoiled on his Bluetooth now.
Yes.
I feel tethered. I'm like the kid on the telephone back in the 80s. You know, I feel tethered to the base unit in the kitchen.
Yeah, the Mexican army, that was the one element that was like introduced into this movie. That wasn't in the Yojimbo.
I never saw Yojimbo, so I'll take your guys' words on that.
Okay.
It's a classic. It is a classic. What was it? Jay turned me on to that. So
how often does Jay turn you on, sir?
Every time I turn on my friggin' YouTube.
Let's keep it PG.
Just like this movie.
Yeah.
That's how we roll, Jackson. Didn't you know? Bill does that, yeah. It's hard to be PG with Bill in the on the panel here.
So this guy only had one room in the entire bar.
If he wanted to sleep him down there with the liquor, he probably drank all his profits up. The old water basin for washing up.
He's fully dressed.
That's how I sleep. Always ready for action.
That's the Conan mode of sleeping, I think. One
Spring
eye
into-
open.
Spring into instant action, ready to go.
Yeah.
Kill.
Very, very low production value cost for this film,
Mm-hmm.
but it just makes the cinematography that much more impressive, in my opinion.
We see it time and time again, and especially in big budget movies, they get lost in the checkbook, and they just lose the grip on everything. But when you have to be creative with your finances, and it makes people be inventive and imaginative.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, you got the talent, deteriorating as the tech increases.
Yeah, I think you're right. There's an inverse proportionate relationship between the two, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Kelsey Grammer from Side Profile. There he goes. Oh.
It was one of his lesser known roles.
Well, you saw Ted Danson in Spider-Man the other night.
That's right. That is true.
This is crazy. A lot of these scenes, the landscapes and stuff, are very similar to Greece. That's where my family's from. So when I go over there, it kind of reminds me of this stuff.
Oh, well, I got 11 people watching on D Live.
Oh, wow. That's more than watching here. They didn't tune in for us. They just want to watch a free movie.
Show off.
Go to Greece one day.
You're
Eat some
blowing
real
up.
tamales, right?
I'm blowing up on Library or Odyssey. Honestly, like, you guys should start a channel there, or mirror your content, because people are blowing up on that.
On
Do
what?
they have a mirror option over there?
Odyssey. Yeah, they have a mirror option, so you can.
Oh, yeah, I remember you mentioned Odyssey.
Yeah.
I haven't checked that out yet, though.
And you get paid in cryptocurrency. So when you watch other people's content and when people watch your content, you get paid accordingly. So
I'm on Iliad right now. So can I switch it to Odyssey?
Yeah, no horses. No horses were harmed in making this film. That's right. Horses never get hit. Just the soldiers upon them.
That's the A-team.
Exactly.
They were the stunt coordinators for that. Yeah.
They blow up whole buildings and no one's ever hurt. I need some of those pink underalls, pink long underwear. Everyone seems to have back then. Oh, we got one still lively.
What kind of sense does that make for you to get up in the middle? Wouldn't you just play dead for the longest time?
Yes.
I hope they don't come out double tapping you. I don't know. He was doing all right till he got shot in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Crack shot, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, no, they all are in these shows.
Yeah. Well, they got superpowers with it with their guns.
Clint's just playing the observer role right now.
Kind of sizing him up right there.
Mm-hmm.
Did he aim for the heart? Actually, I think he was trying to hit him in the left leg, but he just happened to smash his spine or lungs. Yeah. Joe, what's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. The backstory for Fistful of Dollars, well, Clint Eastwood rides into a town and joins some criminal enterprise, and that's about all you need to know. There's going to be a link. I'm going to post it right now. We're watching on D Live, so you can watch along with us if you like.
Pop racer first. Pops
Go Speed Racer. Go Speed Racer.
That revolver is just so iconic that he carries with the snake, inlaid snake there.
Yeah.
What are you guys seeing right now? I might be a little bit lagged.
Are you watching from D Live, or
I was, but it kind of froze, so I kind of opened my own thing.
I am exactly 31 minutes in exactly right now. So
Okay, I
Clint
think
just
I'm a
walked away
minute.
from him.
Oh, okay.
Right now, Ramon and his brother are talking after Clint walked off.
Yep.
A lot of evil laughing.
There's a nice cutaway from laughter to laughter.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they
different
spoke-
intention behind each one, right?
Mhm.
Juxtapose them.
Speak Spanish while acting and dub the voices.
No.
No, they just had bad Spanish accents, basically. Yeah.
They went to the Keanu Reeves school of imitation. So. The Wolverine, yeah, he's smoking his cigars. He's a bit scruffy.
Yeah.
Too tall, though, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
Clint
it's safer
was a
for him.
tall guy. Yeah.
See that little gun flip he did right before he put it in his holster?
Hmm.
It was almost like an afterthought. It was nice.
I wonder if that was scripted or if that's something he just did.
I don't know.
Leone's very detail oriented, so I wouldn't be surprised if he said, told Clint to like learn how to flip the gun, and you're just gonna incorporate it.
Y'all spoke their language, Spanish, Italian, English, even German as a guide track. Okay, yeah. Everything else was redubbed later. And most movies are redubbed. Even English on English is redubbed most of the time because you just don't get the great audio qualities.
Right.
Oh, ADR it's called.
Remember, Jay
How
was
would
in
you
the
know,
biz,
Jay? It's
so-
not like you worked in the movie.
Oh no.
never mind.
The guy in the background looks like Haas.
Yeah.
Now there's that. She was like the merchant's wife, Oren.
Yeah.
From Yojimbo. She's like my favorite character in the movie. I love her so much.
In your Jimbo, yeah.
Mhm.
What do you think of her in this movie?
She's all right. That was good. Did you know? I noticed in a scene in Yojimbo after I did the review, she's actually holding a sword in the battle scene when they're all in the streets. I never noticed that before. Those are pretty nice coffins for like local
bluish,
town thugs.
The bluish color. Yeah, that's called a day for night shot. It's basically shot in a day, but they darken the aperture and all that, so it looks like it's shot at night.
Oh, okay.
But you can still see the shadows. I mean,
You mean the moon shadows, right, Jay?
right, right.
So Clint didn't like go crazy like what was his name from Gladiator? Rich. He didn't go like Russell Crowe on them and start freaking out, or what was the other guy that did it? Guy from Terminator Salvation, Christian Bale. He didn't go Christian Bale on him.
No.
Or more recently, Tom Cruise.
So Dave, do you hit the range at all?
I haven't in a while. I can't right now. We can't find ammo. So,
But you
Really?
have that knowledge though. You have like a knowledge base with firearms.
a little bit. Well, I was in the army for a while. That helps. But I got a couple of firearms, like for hunting and stuff, but a few pistols, but nothing too extraordinary,
So definitely, I think that having that and then watching a movie like this, or even newer movies, you just realize what's real and what's not. You're like, eh.
Oh yeah.
Some things you got to swallow with a grain of salt, Look at any kind of like uniform that they do for the military, usually in movies, and you can always spot problems with it. So I try not to dwell on it too much. But heck, I got a new 380 concealed. I can't even find a box of ammo for it, so I haven't even put around through it yet.
Wow.
yeah,
Ammo is
it's
that hard
crazy.
to find?
What's that?
Ammo is that hard to find?
It is. It's awful. Let's see shotguns. There's plenty of shotgun ammo out there, but everything else right now is gone.
Jeez.
People are waiting for the trucks to drop off, and seriously, they're going in and just buying the max they're allowed to. 2 boxes at a time.
Wow.
Well, you can make wax slugs.
Yeah. I mean, it works if you're close. Executioner
school.
style.
You might
Buy
have
a
to
load.
resort to a slingshot.
At this point, and some ball bearings if you can find those.
Plenty of ammo around there.
Yeah, the graveyard is nice. Very
Sure.
it is. It is too, and it's there was actually a graveyard later on in Yojimbo, but they played it a little different here.
Yeah.
It looked real though. I mean, had a nice weather beaten look to it, which was nice.
Mhm.
And then once
Sure
again,
thing.
there's a nice little character trait there with Clint, showing him not caring about the dead bodies and no real respect for the dead too. So it shows how hardened and calloused he is.
Yeah.
Actually, Jackson, Dave can shoot the left testicle off of a fly at 100 yards. So he's even better than Clint. He doesn't like to brag, though. It's not his style.
No. I mean, they came to me for firearms training, but they couldn't really afford my prices. So
She's like, Mr. Cosby? Oh, Clint.
another flippy.
Love some of those rooms, though.
Oh yeah.
Nice,
Beautiful.
like Rococo design there.
Yeah. Great wallpaper.
I'm sure he's enjoying himself.
One track mind. What do they call those vests that they wear? They're like waistcoat vests? I don't know. Where the buttons are down there at the stomach.
Oh, is it a bandolier? Or, no, not a bandolier. What is it?
Bandolier is like a sash that they
Yeah.
would wear around the waist.
Because that one guy in the background with the nice chaps has it on. But he's got it's that vest that buttons across the stomach. Maybe it's like a girdle. It acts like a girdle too or something. I could use that now.
I don't know.
If you see what I'm talking about, but it looks sharp though. I can go get me a 22 replica 6-shooter and then cosplay as a cowboy again. Taurus makes them. They're only like 120 bucks.
Like, can you even cosplay as that? Like, I know at Phoenix Comic Con they won't allow any weapons of any.
I don't know.
Anything that even looks remotely like a gun or an automated weapon.
Really?
When did nerds get so pussified, man?
Yeah.
I was going to buy Gorehowl. I don't know if any of you guys ever play World of Warcraft, but Garrosh Hellscream has this gigantic war axe. I was going to buy a replica of it for a couple $100, but I don't think they let me in with that. It's badass, though.
Never played World of Warcraft.
No, but I've seen a lot of like cosplayers, female cosplayers with that kind of stuff. They allow the weapons.
Of course they do. They're too
because they got a bunch of Jays there working security. Flash a movie or two at them, and they get in with anything.
Let's see if I can find a picture of the replica. It's like this.
Do you know what kind of gunny? Is that a Springfield Army?
What's that?
Eastwood's gun. Do you know?
It's a Colt 1851 Navy.
Oh, okay.
Look behind Alex back there. You might want to see it.
Oh, okay.
He knows all about it, doesn't he?
Well, Uberti, which is a firearms manufacturer in Italy, does replicas of that revolver. They're usually around $600 to $700.
Oh, that's not bad for a revolver.
No.
Yeah, it looks exactly the same.
Because
is it a working replica or no?
Yeah.
Is it?
It's an actual functioning firearm.
Gotcha.
38 special.
Making him dance now.
38.
There's the rope.
Yeah.
Using the environment to his advantage. That's the Gorehowl replica, by the way. One of them.
Wow.
It's full size.
Nice.
It's a full size thing, though. It's gorgeous. It's a real important lore character in WoW. That's why I brought it up.
It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think they let me in with that.
No, I think you're probably right.
I'm gonna go dressed up like Zark, or what was it? What was the Sean Connery movie? Was it not Zarko? The really embarrassing outfit he was wearing.
In what?
What movie was that? Oh, but basically he's wearing like the two like pieces of the cloth across his chest, and he had like the cod piece on. It's a real famous bad movie.
Sword
They
of the
always bring it.
Valiant. Is that where he was the Green Knight?
No, gosh, which one is it now? I hate to even show it. I'm gonna have to look it up. Another night scene.
Yeah, another day for night scene.
What's that? What movie was that? That's bothering me now.
So there was a Dynamite series that they produced called Man with No Name that was not licensed, but loosely based, obviously, on this character.
Right.
Sorry, I'm getting back on the chat here. Sure, Clint. See, I left off at testicles last time. Is the last thing I saw. Actors had to know how to ride horses fast back in the day. And look how quickly they mount him and surely mount the horses. So it's a very practiced cast. I rode horses, and I'm not that good at it. I don't even like them anymore. I grew up.
I think Jackson's had a lot of practice mounting horses.
The geldings.
Probably, yeah. I think you grew up in a rural area. Is what I mean.
Panther moves. That's a Conan thing.
That's right. He was a
very Panthers
mountain
movements.
Yeah.
Name of the Rose. No, it wasn't Name of the Rose. It was. I'll find it here in a second. Just because it's bothering me so much. It was back in the 70s. I'm pretty sure. Zardoz, that's what it was. Let me see if I can.
Never heard of that one.
This is actually cosplay is this. Hold on.
Are you guys at around 48?
I am at 45.
45.
Yeah, we're at 45.
I'm going to cosplay.
So you're a little bit ahead of us.
Think it'll let me in like this. Let's see.
I would pay them if they did.
What movie is that?
Zardoz.
That looks like about every photo shoot of Burt Reynolds from the 70s, doesn't it?
You see, he's been a bearskin rug. It'd be.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of stock sound pistol fire right now.
Joe is at 51. Okay, so
everyone's at different times here. That's all right, though. We got the same gist of things.
Yeah.
Right now, we should all be shooting at each other, right? I think we're close enough for that.
Mm-hmm.
They had to be using blanks for some of this stuff, right? It wasn't just.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I would hope.
This was before Brandon Lee, so everybody's shooting real guns and.
That's true. Oh man.
Well, I'm
Too
only
soon?
saying that because it's still going to be loud. I mean, if you got a blank going off right next to your ear,
It made
permanently
ruins.
Bruce Willis. Yeah, Bruce Willis lost his hearing in Die Hard.
From the
Really?
He was in the shaft or whatever. I was actually thinking of what's her name too from Terminator 2.
Oh,
Linda Hamilton lost some
Linda
hearing in the
Hamilton?
elevator scene.
Oh,
in
really?
one ear.
Okay.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
When they were firing the shotgun off close to her.
A
She's a
permanent
badass, though.
hearing loss?
Well, I mean, yeah, he lost like 80% of his hearing in his right ear.
Wow.
Yeah, so like, no, it's you remember the scene where he's under the table and like the guy saying the next you should whatever he's saying something and then Bruce Willis just like shoots him through the table. That's when he lost his hearing.
Jeez.
I've got a bit of tinnitus.
You probably see those advertisements in Facebook all the time, right? If you're on Facebook. Got tinnitus or service-related tinnitus? You can get 10%.
We hear it earplugs.
Yeah, they were pretty fastidious. But even with blanks, they are pretty loud.
Yeah.
I don't think they had the, presence of mind back then about stuff like that.
No.
Well, they probably didn't have the same quality of your protection either. I'm sure.
No.
Here's some cotton balls, boys. We
Right.
dyed them pink or whatever, so they won't match.
Mhm.
That looks like a set right there, but I don't know. That's one of the few things it has so far.
Yeah. Yeah.
When he walks with her carrying her out of that building, that looks very set-like there, but that's a very open courtyard. I kind of dig it, though.
Yeah.
Poor woman Zardoz play. Yeah, Zardoz played at many midnight movies, right? Right after the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Poor woman. Yeah,
Clint made a whopping $15,000 for this movie.
Heck, I'd take it at this point.
It worked out well, didn't it?
But I don't know, compared to how long he was over there and the time spent, I don't know.
Oh, it wasn't a lot, even at those times. But
I guarantee by the third movie, though,
parlayed into a lot. You know?
It improved.
Yeah.
Bob Ross didn't make a cent on any of the shows he did. He did all that for free for PBS. Every one of
really?
the shows.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
But his hair actually made quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
I understand. Separate contract.
Now, see, look what the guy's wearing. He has that strange button-down jacket vest thingy that buttons down low over his gut. I like it.
Yeah.
The chick they chose is pretty hot.
Mm.
Yeah.
Swan-like neck. And now she's unconscious.
Poor woman.
Marianne Koch, German actress.
Oh, is that what she is?
It still amazes me, like, when they do that, when they cast people like other nationalities for like no other reason. Like the guy Rick from Walking Dead's very British.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you couldn't find anybody in America, and the same thing. Like, it's just so weird.
Sense. I think a lot of it's probably finances too.
The show Longmire, that guy's Australian, very Australian, Robert Taylor, but he's playing a guy out in Wyoming, for goodness sake, or Arizona, I think it was. Maricopa County's in Arizona, right?
Yes, Maricopa County's in Arizona. Biggest county.
Yeah.
Studios do things for a reason, though. This might be a casting couch call or something. You never know.
That stuff never happens, Jay.
No.
Oh, no, not at all.
I wonder who Keanu Reeves had to lay down for, huh? To get Dracula. Yep. Here's Clint taking money, just like Yojimbo did.
Yep. Marianne, though, a Mexican with blue eyes. They're a Mexican with blue eyes.
Look at Canelo Alvarez. You got Mexicans with red hair. All right. There was a big Irish contingency prior to the Mexican-American War that settled in Mexico.
Well, if you look at Telemundo, they are like the whitest looking people.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
That's true. There's parts of southern Brazil that are very European looking down there.
Argentina too, from what I hear, especially after the Second World War.
Yeah,
very Germanic.
German getting tossed around.
Very
in
Germanic looking, yes.
Get you an old Henry rifle like that. My father-in-law has a 30-30. It's beautiful lever action. I hope he leaves it to me. We're on pretty good terms.
Are you plotting his demise?
No, I can wait. I can wait. I couldn't report right now anyway.
I'll outlive you.
Sun Tzu, good things come to ye who waits. So.
She left the movie business to become a medical doctor. Really? Okay.
Miss Koch. Let's see. Tom Willett is an old actor, tells Hollywood stories and cooks cheap meals on YouTube. His channel is Feature Man. I never heard of that. I'll be making a video of cooking tomorrow, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Will you be on Tom Willett's channel?
Possibly, if he reach out to me. Perhaps he wants to see some of my thespian moments.
All right.
I went all Shatner on the wife last night in the kitchen.
Uh-huh.
I was like gesticulating wildly, and she was like kind of taken aback.
Oh, it's Jackson.
She's like, "You're an
again.
idiot." Yeah.
It's a young Jackson.
Oh yeah, the little kid in the swaddling clothes. I used to know a Marisol when I was in high school.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Did you want to know her better than you did?
Yes, I was a teenage boy. Definitely a dub cry. Look at that.
Yep.
Here it
You
is
can't
now.
get actors like Eastwood anymore.
Prisoner
No.
Exchange. No. I think it was Gene Siskel, I think, that said that when Eastman and Garner were gone, that the last truly great American actors will be gone forever.
Mm.
Jackson
Prisoner
said you better be making a bread pudding video.
It's going to be a bread pudding video, actually. My wife's like so sick of me talking about it. She's like, "Would you just make the damn thing?" But I gotta get my camera angle set up and figure out how I'm going to do the shoot. It's easy doing the cooking videos,
I imagine.
but it's going to be bread pudding. It was good. I
If
made
you
some
do
at
a
work.
cooking video, I'll do a later eating video.
There we go.
They could be a tandem.
I mean, The Office was a big hit. I just noticed one of my old Hello Fresh videos is kind of going off. I think it's got like 300 views on one of my cooking ones.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
That's awesome.
I don't get that service anymore, but it's getting views.
Well, if you're married, you're used to not getting service. So.
That's true. It comes with a contract. My dad had a saying, said sooner or later you always got to start begging for it. It works for many different things.
Home cooking, that is.
Home cooking.
Yeah.
If I went home cooking, I get down in the kitchen.
That's true.
I've never even been with a cook.
You've
I was
always been the primary cook?
Always. I spent a lot of years in the hospitality business, but it would be nice to come home to steak and eggs or steak and taters or something one night. That'd be really nice.
Can you
American
cook,
dream.
Alex?
What's that?
Can you cook?
Yeah, a lot of different things.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a gourmand.
Oh.
Nothing wrong with that.
Let's see.
I'm not even asking Jay.
Why?
Microwave. He's a microwave magician, I bet, but that's probably about it.
I'm actually a pretty good cook. Yeah,
Are you really?
Yeah. I could fend for myself.
I think
I
when you see that
figured
segment,
you more for an order in or takeout type of fella.
No,
Cool.
that's expensive. I'm cheap, so.
that's half the reason I cook, because I'm just too cheap to go out for the most part.
Makes sense.
My wife likes to get steak when we go out. Sorry, we're not talking about the movie right now, but I'm like, we can all three of us eat steaks at home with whatever size we want, asparagus, and I can do it all for the price of one plate that we get out there. So it's like
Right.
that's my logic.
That's true. But then that's the watching a movie at home versus in the theater.
Mhm.
It's
That's
the
me too.
experience, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
somebody else doing it. It's making a mess and leaving. All those things.
Nice little Appaloosa there. Look at that. All right, so now the family's reunited that he did in Yojimbo too. So off to the
Yep.
races.
Yep.
Packing a little basic custom holsters to the last second. Yeah, you got to build up tension too. You know,
That's right.
man who draws leather too quickly gets shot from the side.
I wonder what they're cooking.
I don't know. That pig looks good though. I'm gonna guess it's a pig. Unless you have a desert chicken out there that's that size.
God.
That's a party.
Mhm.
Bill Rupert, what's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Hey, what's up, Bill?
See, here's where we find out where this guy likes to shoot too. A little
Mhm.
foreshadowing here, and more Sun Tzu, right?
Yeah. And I
I
like
think
that.
Spock is in that armor there, Bill. So you might want to hurry up and jump on that link and watch it.
Yeah, let me post the link again. We are currently watching on D Live.
Yeah.
Make sure you have both open, by the way. I need the view hours. All right. Good to see you, Bill. Good to see you. Look up for. Oh, there it is, Jackson. Yep. Thank you to Jay, by the way, for hosting this on D Live.
Oh, yeah, no
Yes.
problem. That's an old Mexican problem. You know, guns are probably what 20 years old at this point. They're like revolvers and
It's an ancient proverb, Jay. All right, leave it alone.
Oh, better on computers you can have two windows open. I got two computers open right now to watch this stupid thing.
oh yeah, me too.
Oh, I
It's
got
just
it on
easier.
my phone, and then
Oh, do ya?
the stream on
Oh,
the
okay.
computer. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He weighs over a ton. He doesn't weigh as much as that guy's left leg.
Yeah.
For a good time, you call it Ramon. I was thinking of like Scott Hall when you say it like that. Hey, Meng. You want machismo? Clint just shakes that off. He's like, yeah, all that drinking.
Yeah.
That was just for show.
Oh, he of the light sleep too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's up and about like nothing. I
You could
suspect
probably
he might
shoot
have been
something like
putting
this
on a
in
little
Joshua Tree.
bit, no doubt.
They do kind of party like Klingons, don't they? Beer spilling and punching each other.
Yeah, I can't tell which kid is more annoying. This one or the one in Yojimbo.
Yeah, no. Both pretty whiny, I gotta admit.
Mm.
That dude did a spinning pull. He didn't shoot the cat? Oh my gosh. Double tap. There we go.
They did that in the Boondock Saints.
I see that in forever, man.
Gotta love the hammer shooting. It's fantastic.
Yeah, fan that thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know it's not a Western until they say, saddle the horses.
Mm.
Man, they even recreated this scene. I forgot about this, how he trashes the place.
Mhm.
It's a much smaller scene though, and they're not doing nearly as long a takes.
No.
And the Yojimbo one, it's all done in one take. I don't know how they did that.
Yeah.
From my understanding, they don't really do that in cowboy action shooting.
The one take.
Oh, the fanning, the hammer.
Yeah, they don't really. I don't think they really do that.
I don't remember Bob Munder doing it, and he's pretty damn good with a 6-iron. They should call this movie High Moon for all these nighttime shots. It's so well lit, with moon shadows casting everywhere. It's creative. That's creative filmmaking, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just can't in-camera tricks. Help save money.
God, you gave him a ton of money.
You love the cat, do you? Yeah. Usually in horror movies, they throw the cat out into the scene somewhere. This one ran across the floor. They probably had a rope tied to its neck, and they just yanked it across the floor. Poor little thing. It was a sharp machete. Mine came and cut through bushes. I like that they quieted Clint down a little more in the follow-ups to this.
Yeah.
I think it serves the character a little better.
I agree.
Yeah.
And by quieted, you mean less speaking parts.
Yeah, a little bit less
Not
speaking.
necessarily audibly quieting him, but less speaking parts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got to figure he's wandering around in great open expanses all the time, no one to talk to, and
Right.
that's
right.
that's how he would carry over, you know.
Plus, it adds more mystery, more
Yeah.
intrigue.
Well, Sanjuro is really talkative. I mean, not in the beginning, but he gets like talkative.
He does, especially in the follow-up movie. He
Mhm.
talks a lot in Sanjuro as compared to at least the first half of Yojimbo.
But that's half of his arsenal, is like his wit and his being able to like talk to people and like tricking them.
Makes him-
Clint doesn't really do that though in this movie. He does outthink him, but he doesn't like trick
Manipulate him like that much.
him. Yeah.
What happened to his mule? I mean, we never did figure that out, did we? He's still running around that town.
The town wasn't big enough for him and the mule. One had to go.
Have any of you
Heard the
guys had
shots.
a chance to look at Zatoichi?
No.
Zatoichi. Yeah. I haven't seen that in a long time. But yeah, that's another good one. It's about a blind samurai, so
That's probably what they named, or that's probably what the character model of Kenshi came from in Mortal Kombat.
Which one was that?
Kenshi. He was the samurai.
blind-
He was like the Ronin or whatever, who always wore that blindfold around his face, his eyes, because he was
okay.
blinded.
I don't remember that one.
I think Shang Tsung blinded him. So but he had Tai Chi. That was his fighting style, which was very strange.
yeah, they heard shots, but they were that far
Far
away.
away.
Wow.
Sound carries at night.
You'd be
That's
surprised.
They are riding full out.
hmm Well, these are stuntmen. 'cause
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I don't know
Play
if they
shots.
were. Yeah, someone was.
You don't want to take a tumble going that quick.
No. Plus, they're really far away. That's how you can tell they're stuntmen. Oh, these are stuntmen.
And sometimes they'll speed the film up just a tiny bit.
Yeah,
On some
they'll
of the
do
horse
that too.
chases, you know.
Yeah,
Old
they'll
trick
do
there.
that too. Yeah. They'll do that.
Esteban.
I think I got caught.
Dun, dun, dun.
Guy does look like a Klingon.
That's what they're missing. They're missing a 7-foot giant like beating him up.
Mm-hmm. Probably couldn't find too many of those running around.
Let's see.
They found him in The Princess Bride later, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
How bad do you want that 15,000?
Yeah, you make him work for it. It's a real cigar.
Yeah. Yeah, Clint's always getting beat up in these movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's good. I like that. And then he just comes back and like kills them all.
Yeah. Well, you got to establish that motive, and you have to empathize with the protagonist, right? That's definitely what they're doing.
And a sense of danger that he could, be perished or something. He's not going to, but
it's a much more extensive beat up scene though that was in this one.
Yeah.
Right now he's got, by my count, about 6 freaking broken ribs and a punctured lung or 2. Well, Ramon is very wise.
Clint, damn, this doesn't happen in Rawhide.
I know, right?
Yeah. It's like the movie business is for the birds.
Yeah, I'll stick the TV in Petticoat Junction later on. Yep.
Yeah.
It's also nice in Rawhide. Usually it's a 1-punch deal and everyone's knocked out. So.
Now, if he had Clyde with him, it'd be an even match.
Oh, yeah. Right turn. I'll tell you what to say.
That's right.
Pre-Indiana Jones. Look at that.
Yep.
Of course, Jimbo was crawling after his beating.
Mm-hmm.
And he just killed them boys.
Yeah.
If he was truly a method actor, they would let someone break his nose just for the scene. So.
Yeah. Well, that's the difference between Yojimbo. They actually use the scenery like to its advantage, because like he would hide under the floorboards, but can't really do that here, I guess, in the Spanish architecture.
No, there's no floorboards behind it.
No.
Now that's Jackson on Monday morning getting into work after a hard weekend of partying. Yeah.
And then asking his boss for a payday loan.
Exactly. I'm good for it.
It's like, yeah, I spent all my money at the booby hatch this weekend, and think you can help me out? Shoot the barrel. Shoot it. Oh. They shot the hell out of that fire, though, didn't they?
Yeah.
This is the one thing about movies that people just don't understand. It's like you can walk through that, you know.
Yeah.
People act like you can't. We used to play in fire all the time when I was a
Right.
teenager, you know.
All right. Well, it's the smoke that'll usually get you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alex has had enough of this BS.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna go out and shoot a barrel. All right, so now we got the building that's burning.
How can you sleep while your beds are burning? That's what I'd like to
Oh,
know.
there's a great line there.
Yeah.
He's under the floor there, though. That's good. So
Yeah. Yeah. So they do reprise it somewhat, but yeah.
how can we sleep when our barrel's burning? Yeah. That was a big ass barrel, man.
It was. I know we have some gunpowder around here somewhere. Yeah.
See, here's another deconstruction of like the prototypical hero. First, he's hurt, right? He's crawling in the dirt, which would
Right.
never happen in the old westerns. You know, they were always pristine looking,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
and he's just doing what he has to survive. It's not no honorable thing here, you know.
Yep. Correct. Yeah, he's hiding, right? You could even say that that's a bit of cowardice.
That's right. John
Yeah.
Wayne would have walked right out there and beat him all up in his hands, you know, while they're
Yeah.
out there pulling pistols.
I had to step out for a moment. Anything interesting happen?
Well, there was a thing with a barrel. Yeah.
Yeah. It was his escape plan, and then he
Yeah,
the
we were-
boardwalk.
And while this is, of course, a recreation here of the Yojimbo scene at the end when Caesar was hurt real bad,
Yeah.
we were talking about how this is really a far cry from anything we ever see happen to a hero in a Western before this, really. I mean, they never crawl in the dirt. They don't get dirty. They're never beaten this badly, you know,
Yeah.
and doing less than honorable things
Yeah.
for the most part. You know what I mean? Alan Ladd never did this.
No.
Well, you got to speak to like a little bit of reality. I think that's part of what makes us so interesting to people.
It's just so much more believable, you know. And now
Yeah.
they're actually beating the old man up, you know, and
Yeah.
they run this town. They have nothing to fear from any like law or anything. So
Right.
How come they never ask for his name? Hey, what's your name? Like, nobody.
it's Americano. My mom named me that. Ouch. That's for being his friend. That's like it used to happen to people in high school who hung out with me.
That's
That's what it was like to be a comic collector back in the day, by the way. For all you people spoiled on the MCU and Big Bang Theory nowadays.
That's true.
We lived in abject fear at all points of being discovered.
Yeah.
We didn't wear Punisher shirts or Captain America shirts back then.
Oh no.
Well,
I was like wearing the Wang computer shirt, right? Huh?
at some point, though, you had to know the nerds will rule the world, and that's ultimately what happened.
I think it started getting cool as soon as Batman came out, because then everybody started wearing the Batman and Joker T-shirts. And, you know,
It's true.
then it was all right. The Tim Burton Batman. I know Graham's not here to shoot that. Oh, I hate that movie.
Yeah.
You know, it was always the Punisher that brought me back into the world of comic books. So
He was my favorite.
Oh, okay.
there's
Yeah, my
just
Punisher-
that element of realism that made it entertaining for me.
Yeah.
I like the human characters. And I like Clint in this movie. He gets hurt all the time. He's not superhuman. He's out there. Every episode could be his last.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he's basically Dirty Harry, another Clint Eastwood character.
Yeah, he's a great character, right?
Mhm. Right.
And there's a lot of nuance to exploring an anti-hero, if you will, versus your traditional superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the frontier style justice.
Yeah. And he's kind of exactly like the outlaw Josie Wales. I mean, his family gets killed, and he goes off in a revenge spree also. So.
Right.
Are you guys really like the anti-hero paradigm?
Oh yeah, that's what makes things interesting.
I've got a crazy movie for you.
Which is
maybe you've seen it. Harry Brown.
No,
Harry Brown. No, don't know that one.
Harry Brown. It's with Michael Caine. It's kind of flew under the radar because it was more of like I think it was a European or independent film, but it's a really good movie. Totally believable.
I think I actually made a porn parody of that too. It's called Harry Palm.
Actually, I think you could have stuck with the original title and still had quite a porno with.
I'm a bit of a Punisher fan here. I just love me some Punisher. And here's my original number one that I had. The green is not showing up to the green screen, but this was actually sent to me by Unruly Simeon. About a 9, 6, or 8.
Oh. That is nice.
Not sent off, but it's gorgeous. I'm a big Punisher guy.
Nothing wrong with that.
Rubio, throw that lantern that sparked up with gunpowder. Yes. Just like a Michael Bay kind of like Western here. Lots of explosions.
Yeah, there are.
And John Wayne would never do this. John Wayne don't crawl in the dirt. In fact, John Wayne's never been on his back.
Nope.
I think that Clint would give old Marion run for his money.
That's true. Hell, Morrison himself never even latched his K-pot, man. He walked around war with the chin strap hanging low.
That's when you know you're a bad mamma jamma, right?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Jackson's the bully type in school that used to beat people up for reading comic books.
Yeah. I mean, can you blame him after being the kid in this movie? He got bullied so bad, and he paid it forward later on. He was like, what was his name? Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds. Yeah, I can smell nerds. Nerds! He went around just bashing us nerds everywhere.
He was like that. What was that character that Arnold Jackson was always scared of at school?
Arnold Jackson. You mean from Different Strokes?
Yeah, from Different Strokes.
Who was he afraid of?
The Ginch or the...
Gosh, yeah, oh, yeah. The Gooch?
Yeah, I think it was the Gooch. There you
Gooch.
Go. That's Jackson. He was the Gooch back in the day.
Here's where they butcher the guys coming out of the burning building.
Of course.
Once again, showing how evil they are.
And they have to laugh.
Is it still showing on D-Live, Bill?
No. Still going.
It's still going, yeah.
Well, Bill Ripper was asking if the movie was over, so I don't know if he's watching with us tonight. I grew up tough after this experience, yeah. Clint Eastwood used to slap you around between takes. Toughen up, kid. Some of those guys were legit tough guys. I can't remember his first name. Tierney was a known brawler. He would fight with everybody in bars and on sets. He was the guy who played the boss in Reservoir Dogs, the older, balder guy.
Oh, okay.
I forget his first name, but his last name is Tierney.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Lawrence Tierney?
Yes, him.
Okay.
But he's been arrested like 20, 30 times for drunken brawling in bars and stuff. He was always getting arrested. He'd fight. It didn't matter who it was. He'd just fight anybody. He called Will Wheaton a sissy on the set. He says, "Do you play football?" He says, "No, I was never big enough." He says, "If you play football, you'd be big enough, you sissy."
Well, in all due respect, though, I don't know that it takes quite a pair to call Will Wheaton a sissy.
That's true.
Right, yeah.
He's not exactly Godzilla. You know?
No.
More like the Geico Gecko.
But Wesley Crusher is Jay's favorite character.
Love Kill Wesley, especially in the early seasons.
It's the rainbow stripes that does it for me.
Damn. Shut up, Wesley. Yep.
What, did everyone tell him to shut up or something?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
that was a famous line for Captain Picard.
Oh,
Shut up,
okay.
Wesley.
Yeah.
It's a famous meme.
Yeah.
You'll see it in some of my reviews sometimes. Bill doesn't watch those though.
Oh yeah, those wonderful Star
Star
Black
Trek.
reviews. Yeah, I'm all over those. Like,
You're losing all your nerd cred, you know, by saying you don't like that.
I'm all over those like a cheap suit on Jackson.
I can see him in like a shark skin suit or polyester
Oh yeah,
leisure suit.
seersucker, something like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's New Orleans, right? He could be in the seersucker suit.
Yep.
The pork pie
Cheap
hat.
polyester. Oh yeah, feather coming out of it. Yep, big time.
Looking like Huggy Bear.
Exactly.
So another thing, they shot the woman right here in the
Which
scene.
which they never do, like back in the day.
So usually they would get ravished, but they never get shot.
Mm.
Man, I forgot about this. How he's getting his
Yeah.
target practice back in. This
Yeah.
same thing Sanjuro did with the knife.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that was bad dubbing. The shot and sound came up like before he pulled the trigger. There it is again. Oh man, wow. Don't diss my look. You just need like a cane to go with the ensemble. Redwood cane. You know, this is a silent movie. No movie involving me is going to be silent, let me tell you right now. Especially on 13 Bean Chili Night.
And this is what, after a day of resting, he's all like better now? Or
He's back in the saddle,
Hey.
man.
It's Clint.
It's
Yeah,
the water. He's got so much testosterone that just he's like Wolverine healing factor.
It is. Yeah, it's like a healing factor. That's true.
You guys know this is a silent movie, right?
Take your mute button off, Bill, and you can watch it with sound. Dude, this guy's gonna go deaf in this room, man. He's shooting in this enclosed area
Oh, down.
in this little cave. You know it's gonna echo like crazy, and the Ricochet's probably kill him by now. No, every sound was ever dubbed. Yeah, it sounds. I mean, a lot of movies are the same way. You know,
Yeah.
people don't realize it. Just like a studio album, you know, a song you hear from the radio, it's actually not all recorded in one take usually.
Right.
They put together like 50 takes of the same song, you know,
Yeah.
to get a
Yeah.
perfect sound. This dude's got
I
a
don't
rasp.
think they didn't have like the concept of body armor at this time.
Mm-mm.
No.
They did in Asia, but not over here in the Americas.
Yeah.
Because the samurai wore like paper armor and bamboo armor and things like that. But
Mm-hmm.
Well, the first bulletproof vest is actually made out of silk. Actually, the fiber is strong enough to stop like a low caliber bullet.
Yeah, they did some. I think the BBC or something did a test on that with different silk layered garments being able to trap arrows,
Mhm.
and they proved that it is possible from certain distances, alleging that the Mongol army would use that during battle and was successful.
I know the archers used to wear like leather jerkins to help because they didn't have real good arrowheads back then. They just got a sharp point on the end. Sometimes it would
Yeah.
stop it. Enough leather, but in the Old West, man, they just relied on their chest hair and manliness to save them from bullets.
I thought the jerkins came out of New Orleans. I mixed up on that.
Just the ancestry. Yeah. He strung the old man up just like in the other one. All right.
Yep.
There you go.
I exempt you from that, Mr. Rupert.
He just means one person.
Yeah, exactly. I just meant one jerkin.
I'm sure he's got kind of a leathery voice too. So, New Petals of Wine. He's dynamite.
Cutting off the blood circulation.
That dude's a lefty, isn't he? He's got 2 pistols. Never mind.
Jackson's misbehaving here. Do we have any blue wrenches in the chat?
Yeah, we need some more blue wrenches, folks. They sent all the jerkins to Arizona, huh? To Maricopa County. And they're beating the heck out of that poor innkeeper, aren't they?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Someone's blowing up our set. Yep.
Yeah.
Guy has very delicate features for a bandito, doesn't he?
You like your banditos a little bit more hardened?
A little more gruff and like Stephen Lang in Tombstone. They gotta look like that. That one guy's been doing this like 4 different scenes now. It's like,
Hey, they're getting mileage out of that shot.
I know. What's the director saying? It's like, you're supposed to look over there. There's your motivation. My mom used to sing that song. I am the Frito Bandito. Yes. He is very Shakespearean in his stare.
Did he flip his gun?
Yeah, man. He did the Terminator 2.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, such a bad.
Wonder if they sued James Cameron on that one. His boots are from Rawhide. They do look pretty sprung, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
They look well worn and actually realistic, like my old Oakleys from Walking Around the Desert. Those things were beat to heck, but they were so comfortable.
He just had that it factor, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Freaking Clint tanking out like a boss.
This is one of the scenes that it's like a little pet peeve of mine. Because with the body armor, there's a couple of companies that make that for, bulletproof vests. And they have plates inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But a lot of the companies have had trouble because the shrapnel that comes off the plate has gone into people's necks and stuff. So it's kind of
has to travel in a straight line as it goes up. So that bullet's going to splinter when it hits that metal for one, too. So it's going to it'll follow walls and straight body armor too, 90 degrees.
Right. You're either deflecting it or you're capturing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like Kevlar, right? Those are your options.
Man, he's smart. Good grouping, though. Okay, boy, this is when you start shooting the guy. When he's unstrapping that piece of metal off his chest. They're nicely, evenly spaced for shooting, though. Check his wallet. He has a little armored card in there. Now here's the long standoff. You see this more in Sanjuro than you do in Yojimbo.
Mm-hmm.
So of course he doesn't kill 5 in Sanjuro at the end.
Right.
Didn't even sight it. He just went over and bam. One shot, one kill of a rope.
No, he shoots from the hip.
He's got to clean that gun for hours if he picks it back up.
True. Yeah. Those guns had problems with jammage, that kind of thing. And not like the AK-47s of today.
Almost airtight, those things are.
when you absolutely positively gotta
Kill something. Go with Kalishnikov. Yes.
He's just driving the point home here.
Yeah.
What happens when a guy with a revolver meets a guy with a lever action rifle?
I got to think distance makes a difference.
Distance leaves perspective, they say.
Yeah.
Closer you are, the more I'd be apt to have the revolver.
Yeah.
I won't be more than like 15 feet away, though, man. Hitting anything like that. He's not even in the weaver. He's just kind of standing there. I think he was shooting for the knee there, wasn't he?
Looked like it.
Nice little first-person shot there.
Mm.
Another kind of real change up here. Like a guy took a while to die. Usually in westerns, one shot, one kill, he's down.
Yeah.
They never move again. This one, he took.
But
a
this
time.
is the big baddie too.
It's true.
Yep.
Who's got the double barrel? Who's got the double barrel?
And it is great perspective with the camera work there.
Yep. Oh, that's the Klingon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where were you all this time?
Kapla. Mickey Blue Eyes just died.
It's Marty McFly.
Marty McFly. Fun fact, Marty McFly, his father was actually Crispin Glover, who played Jimmy in Friday the 13th Part 4.
Oh.
Fun fact. Had the greatest dance moves of all time. Look it up. Jimmy dances.
That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how fun that is,
It's
sir.
a Wonderful Life. The ringing bell at the end, is that It's a Wonderful Life?
That could be an homage. Right now, Bandito got his wings. My work is done here, old man.
But Daddy, his face doesn't look hardened enough to be a bandito.
Well, it's not my bank, you see. It's Stu's banks and Jose's and Jesus's bank. And
Exactly. Yeah, we need a montage of those two movies.
I do a lousy Jimmy Stewart. He's a war hero, though.
A fistful of savings and loans dollars, right?
Savings and loan. FDIC approved. At least we got a sign that says Cantina, so we know what that is. You know, they could have just spoke Italian the whole movie, and we wouldn't know the difference. It's so close to Spanish anyway.
True.
Mm-hmm.
He got his mule back.
Yeah, not as close as you think. I remember
No.
when I had to speak some Italian in Rome, and I know a decent amount of Spanish. It's not nearly as close as you think it is, just because they're both Romance languages.
The 1 through 10 in Spanish is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then in Italian, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So really close. But
Yeah, but if you're trying to have conversational Spanish, it's tough.
it's not going to happen.
no,
Yeah.
just,
If they're speaking Italian and you can speak some Spanish, the twain do not meet.
va bene.
I can assure you.
And there we have it. A fistful of dollars, everybody.
Okay. All right. So I am stopping the stream
All right.
on D Live. Sorry, folks. But that's also the great thing about these old movies. You don't have like a half an hour of credits rolling through
No.
the end.
You
Right.
just say N or Finn.
Yep.
And then you got to come back for the next one. Great stuff, guys, man. That was
All right. All right.
I enjoy getting back to good filmmaking. Let me eject this and get this shut down so I don't have to look at it anymore. And we'll start closing up the stream. Eject. Out we go. And Clint was housed there within. So this is the manliest USB ever. So don't estar la puta. Yeah, I can't say bad words on the stream. You know that.
Yeah.
Everyone says it doesn't mean in Spanish. Yeah. Los zapatos, right? But
That was good. Hats off.
Jackson, he's trouble, man. Take him to Tijuana. You probably come back in a body bag, right?
Yeah, he is trouble.
It's those New Orleans guys. You got to watch them.
Right.
Yeah.
They're cagey. So there we go, guys. That was a Fistful of Dollars. So a great stroll down cinematic memory lane. Thoughts, suggestions, overall ideas about the movie?
Yeah. I mean, absolutely one of my favorite movies. One of my top 10, 20. It's up there. I mean, how's it compared to like Yojimbo? I mean, they're both great, but I think I still like Yojimbo better because there's certain things that doesn't chime out. Like, why is he rescuing this family? Just he has that one line. It's like, oh, because I was in trouble once, and no one helped.
Right. You don't buy his motivation enough.
Yeah, not really. I mean, because Yojimbo, he's like a samurai. He's like a law. He's like a lawman. But in here, he's just like more like a renegade. But that's the only quip I have about it. But otherwise, great movie.
Personally, the Yojimbo I like, but I think I like this better only because I was introduced to this first, so I probably have some bias.
Yeah.
Oh,
Growing up with this.
I hate
For
to
me,
compare
I've
the
never
two.
seen Yojimbo, but
okay.
I love this movie.
Yeah.
But to me, it's more about the character, I think, or the lack thereof than the movie.
Right.
The man with no name, I think he transcends this particular movie. He kind of carries them over into the next two, and then carries Eastwood over into his westerns after that. High Plains Drifter, Pale Rider, Two Mules for Sister Sarah. You can go on and on.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And so, I love a lot of the one-liners, and like was mentioned earlier, I like when he's a little bit more stoic in the subsequent films. Probably a little too much talking here, especially when his stoicism is juxtaposed against Eli Wallach's performance, which is just brilliant. If you've never seen a believable Jewish Mexican cowboy, that's the one for you right there. Just a brilliant performance.
Mazel tov on your performance, sir.
Exactly.
No, it was pretty inspired. It helped play off, and like I said, in the follow-ups to this, he stopped smiling so much. Doesn't really make the jokes. He'll say a one-liner a little bit, but it's really deadpan, which is keeping with a guy who's a cold-blooded killer.
Right.
So let's see what we got here. Let's see. We don't want to two. Drop the fact that he was a Confederate man, so it would make him more mysterious. Yeah, who is he? He's like on no side at this point, right?
Yep.
He's the wind. He is wanderer. He's a lone man, and so yeah, later on they kind of dressed him up in the uniform, but he was never really a soldier, at least in what we learned of,
Yeah.
And it's funny because he kind of almost looks down on the fighting itself. So, but yeah, it's a great piece of cinema. As much of an homage as it may be, just for, like I said, what it does for the genre. It gave the genre the shot and arm it needed. It actually made one of the very first cool heroes. Not like the Captain America or Superman type. This guy was kind of suave, and he gave a lot of sidelong glances, had kind of a wry sense of humor, which is kind of cool. He was acting like, what's his name from Michael Madsen before Michael Madsen was born, He's kind of acting like that kind of anti-hero. So it was a really good thing. And just a lot of attention detail in the shots. I love the scenery. I love the vistas. The town feels very isolated. And I don't know, it's just a great one.
Chat, what say you?
Yep, this is your chance. So
anyone just didn't like it, doesn't play the way they remember it, or this was the first time they've seen it and it just doesn't do it for them?
Yeah. See, more modern audiences might have trouble with some of the stuff. A lot of scenes without killing and violence in it, This one's actually pretty violent, though, if you get down to it.
It is, and that was one of the initial criticisms, I think, early on. And I think for some of the initial screenings, there was some pretext around explaining why there was a certain level of violence in the movie, sort of preparing people for that.
When did this come out? 64?
64. Yep.
64, yeah, and then 67 in the U.S. in the theaters.
Because 63, that's when they stopped with the Hays Code. If you're not familiar with the Hays Code, there are certain codes in the movies. The movies actually censored themselves because they made a bunch of laws saying, like when couples were lying in bed, like each of them had to have 1 foot on the ground or something like that. Kissing scenes couldn't be more than 3 seconds. No one could get shot in the face, that kind of thing. And that lasted for a while, from like the 30s on to 1963. So this is kind of like breaking that Hays Code. Like
they're freaking FCC.
Yeah, I know. In all love scenes, both couples will remain completely horizontal. Yes, that is the code. Let's see. Malcolm Reynolds from Firefly Balls. I remember that. That was kind of a cowboy romance, kind of space opera. This show was. He even kind of dressed like him. He had a lot of leather, as I recall, and browns.
Never saw that one.
It's only like 14 episodes. It's okay. It's a Joss Whedon show, so it was a Fox, I believe, but it was only made like 14 episodes or something. Had one of the Baldwin brothers in it.
Of the Eastwood westerns, which is your favorite, though?
The Good, the Bad,
Outlaw Josie Wales, by far.
You like the Outlaw Josie Wales? It's for me. It's The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
It's an epic. I mean, they're all, well, not all of them, but most of them are really good. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, I think, is probably my favorite of these 3 spaghetti westerns, Leon films. But yeah, I think Outlaw Josie Wales is just a modern day epic tale.
But I like, I'll say one thing about Josie Wales that it kind of transcends it about some of the other ones. You really know the motivations for the character. There's like, you don't know the man with no name's motivations ever really, other than self-motivation, Right. We have a clear, concise, like revenge tale almost in Josie Wales, but he's like a man completely torn out of his own world and, forced to make his way in a new one. It doesn't always fit. So that part's good. So the character's developed amazingly. So it'd be hard to pick which one's a favorite between all of the westerns that he does.
Joe Kid.
Man, gosh, she hated all the massacres. Well, there was a pretty high
for me.
massacre
It was
count.
Unforgiven, though.
Yeah,
you like Unforgiven? Unforgiven was great. Yeah,
can't argue with that one.
Yeah,
some strong performances there.
Yeah. Everywhere, everywhere.
But I think Unforgiven is the culmination of like his Western career, because like after he's become like the superhero, he's gotten old. Yeah, you know what I mean, and he's at that point where he's not as quick on the draw as he used to be, and then and that's like the soliloquy of of his Western. So yeah. So
well, you're more reliant on your cunning at that point.
Yep. Which comes into play later on.
Right? Yeah. That was. I can't argue with that one. That's a great movie.
It's a great one, and like I said, and just like when in Fistful of Dollars, just like Good, Mad, the Ugly, in Unforgiven, you have very memorable side characters too, right?
Oh yeah,
just as memorable as the main character, if not more so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because Gene Hackman steals every scene he's in.
Right.
Of course, Morgan Freeman steals most of his scenes.
As an actor and director, you have to have a lot of confidence to work with people like that and allow them to steal those scenes. And it seems like he does. Morgan Freeman and Gene Hackman.
Yep. I mean, Morgan, you can understand with the gravity, but it's so weird seeing Gene Hackman in that role because you're used to him from comedies and stuff, right? So it's like seeing him in such a serious but flippant role was pretty amazing. So you've never seen Unforgiven, Jackson? Oh my goodness. Well,
that's definitely one for you for the watch list.
Yeah.
It's a great one. Not just a Western. I mean, it's a Western. It's set in a Western, but really it's an anytime story. And,
you think Jackson would have people tell him that he's unforgiven often enough? You go out and see the movie.
I think it's basically an unspoken rule, because you always see your name behind the cashier. It says do not.
Yeah, exactly.
And unfinanced. So I'll let everyone get back to their Saturdays. So this is a good chance to. I don't know if we're gonna do these in order. Probably might as well just do in order.
Makes sense, right?
Okay.
I'll reach out to everybody. We'll figure out a good time to do it again. If Saturday works for people, that's usually pretty good with me. But like I said, I'll send everyone a message. Anything you guys want to plug on the channels before we get out here? What's coming up shortly? What you're going to be doing?
Just making another video. Hopefully it'll be out by next week. It's going to be I'm going to do in Water Wars, actually. And it has Michael Madsen, since you mentioned earlier.
Made a career on just being cool, and drunk on set. He and Tierney fought on set, by the way, of Reservoir Dogs.
Anyone Tierney did fight with?
Yeah. And Tierney was an old man at that point, like 50s or 60s, Let's see. How about you, Alex? You got anything interesting coming up on the channel here?
I might be coming up with another criminally underrated Keys volume soon. So it's a pretty good series. I basically pick a couple of books that haven't increased that much or have been overlooked for quite a while. Yeah, Punisher. No, but yeah, if you want to check that out, it's kind of hard because everything's kind of inflated right now. All these books, even smaller keys, are getting kind of expensive, $200 or $300 even.
We're seeing the 90s all over again. I'm watching it and laughing because I don't collect right now, but yeah, I think the whole comics community is like it's getting itself so excited that it's almost like insider trading right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I absolutely believe that. That's
definitely a lot of inflationism. Yeah.
You might have like a group of 30 people doing something kind of funny. So.
It only works if you're selling to outside investors, not in the same circle.
Right.
But yeah, so who knows?
That sounds cool. Underrated keys. That sounds like a great video.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, that's
but
kind of
also
like a Mr. Miracle
in
thing,
that series, I'll talk about the character, the significance of the character, number of appearances they've made. So you get some history behind it, not just you should buy this because it's cool. I mean, a lot of people tend to do that, but if you provide some history there, it kind of justifies looking into something a little bit.
Last year, comics have skyrocketed in price. Yeah, it seems crazy. I know they were all specking on the first Miles Morales like last year. It got like $1,000 or some nonsense like that, and the book wasn't even 5 years old or something. That's like what?
More than that.
I mean, I don't know. It's a confluence of things, right? You don't have a lot of new movies and TV shows being put out, and so there's more opportunity to speculate on what could be in this or that. But the biggest thing is you have all this income, discretionary income that isn't being spent on other things that is being diverted into comic book purchases or investments, and that's what's really driving the price up.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Could have artificial bubble here, people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't go to the movies. I can't go to restaurants as often. But let me sit home on eBay and YouTube watch this, then buy this on eBay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, even the prostitutes have been on lockdown, so I mean, it's like all
Well,
that
that's what
discretionary
Jackson
income.
says. I don't know if we're to believe him.
Yeah. But cool. How about you, Bill? What do you got coming up here in the near future? Anything?
Nothing special. Just my Monday, Wednesday, Friday videos and cover slingers on Saturday. I think next Sunday, not this Sunday, because I think there's a football game being played tomorrow. But next Sunday, I will be doing opening an AOK and probably having a little live stream discussion about something or another.
Preview catalog is 1K ridiculous. I
can get about that Spider-Man one, right?
Was that his first appearance? Or did he appear in a panel somewhere?
Yeah, it's a preview of the Miles Morales Spider-Man, I think.
He's
talking about just went crazy. So yeah, I think it's ridiculous too. But hey, the market determines what something's worth, right?
That's right. Cool. Okay, so
nothing special, the usual from Bill.
Yeah, that is your tagline. Like your intro just says nothing special. Mine's always learning. Yours to be nothing special. I like it. It's got some pizzazz to it. So,
what about you, sir?
Oh boy. Well, what don't I have going on? I'm still working on the gaming channel, of course. Doing some more stuff there. I'm doing the cooking video tomorrow. I'm going to shoot that. Hopefully, get uploaded tomorrow. Church kind of things up there, but we'll try to get out tomorrow, if not early next week. More TV music or TV theme show song reviews coming up. And I had another big project lined up. We'll see how it's going to go. I got my next of my hack and or slash series reviews coming up. I'm going to do the Child's Play movies. So,
okay, nice.
So stay tuned for those in the future. I still have to do Sanjuro. I got to get that done. Review. I got too many things to do. A lot. So that's what's going on the channel. So
cool.
Groovy. Well, gentlemen, I will make an announcement as soon as we get something squared away, and we will start.
Bread pudding.
Bread pudding. You can learn how to make it like West Virginia style. Hint: we use the sweat of cousins in there, but yeah. So good times are going to be had by all. So you too will be baking, and I want to see your finished products when you too make it in your house with my recipe. It's going to be brilliant. But cool. Actually, Jackson probably likes bread pudding. It's kind of a Southern thing. So, yeah. But yeah. Anyway, so let's get on out here. I will make an announcement. Oh God, Matt just pops in now. Would you guys leave me alone? We got big spoon. That means little spoon's not gonna be far behind either. So
yeah, they had to bring in some eye candy, Matt. That's usually when the big gun comes in.
He's taking a break from winning cover slingers to class up our joint a little bit. So, but you caught us just short on the way out the door. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get to our Saturdays. We will announce the next movie coming up in the series before you know it. And until next time, this is Dave and company signing out.
Signing out.
Can anyone do the whistle to close us out? The Leone whistle here.
That's pretty good.